All right, everybody. It's 4:01. We're going to give the slackers one more minute. In the meantime, feel free to pour yourself a little glass of vino. Right, Hopi? All right. Hopi, it's almost time to make the pasta. What's up, Dave Fischetti and family? Hope you want to say hi to Dave? Dave? Yeah. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Alrighty. Hopi, should we get rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get rolling.
Let's get rolling. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of the first ever Chef Deely and Hope live stream. You excited, Hope?
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys tuned in earlier and you have your pasta dough that's been resting, sitting here. If not, you could check out the video on my page, and it was really easy to put together. It takes about 15-20 minutes. But before we get started here, so I'm going to just take the dough out here. Really, the only things that we need here right now,
Steady.
what's up,
Go.
are a little bit of flour for the table. Need our rolling pin, and then a knife, and then we're in business. We're going to do this all by hand. If you want to go next level with it, beyond that, you could buy sort of pasta boards and special pasta knives. So what I'm going to be using later is this rolling knife, which is actually my great-great-grandmother's ravioli pasta cutting knife. So classic. Highly recommend. And if you want to go even further, KitchenAid, I swear they're not sponsoring me yet, has a great attachment to the KitchenAid mixers for pressing pasta into all different shapes. But like I promised, today we're going to just keep it simple, do everything by hand. And let's do it. All right, so we have our dough, which has been sitting around since this morning. We're just going to slice it in half. I have a bench cutter here, but you could use a regular knife. I'm just going to cut it into a third here. And today we're going to be doing 4 different types of pasta. So we're going to make like a fettuccine noodle here, or I guess a tagliatelle technically. We're going to make a farfalle. Oh my God, Hopi, please don't say that a lot. We're going to make an orecchiette, which is like a little ear. Right? Orecchiette is a little ear. And then we're going to make some trophy. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. I'm Irish and Italian. Alright, so let's start with just the tagliatelle. So the part that you're not using, I would just wrap back up in the plastic or put it back in the bag just so that it stays moist. We're going to throw just a little bit of flour on the bench. Not a lot. You don't want to over flour. But a little on the bench and a little on the roller.
There we go.
And we're going to roll this out here.
Everybody's starting again.
Everybody's starting again. The idea is to try to keep it into a rectangle as best we can. So I'm just going to kind of get it started in a rectangle shape here. Sing it, girl. And we're going to roll it out. So the idea is to roll it out thin enough so you can almost sort of see through it. It's called a window pane. Not to be mistaken for Gabriel pane. Shout out to Gabriel Payne. So if it starts getting uneven, you just kind of play around with it a little bit. So it's going to pull back at first when you first start rolling it out, but eventually not so much. Okay. So we're going to roll this out here. What do you think, Hope? Are you going to eat pasta tonight? You going to eat fresh pasta?
Can I do this?
I got to get you a baby one. This is for Daddy's.
A baby one?
Yeah.
Stroller?
A baby one for the stroller, maybe. I enjoyed some of the pics that you guys sent me of making your pasta at home. Very cute. The kiddos. Oh, Hope you watch. We're going to keep that away from that because we don't want to mix it up, huh? Here, you over here. How about you put the pasta in the cup? There we go.
Thanks.
Okay. Alright, we're getting there. This is where using one of those KitchenAid mixer jams comes in real handy because you just put the ball on the top and it presses it out, but that's not what great grandma used to do, so we're gonna keep it classic here. Alright, so it's getting nice and thin here. Again, the more you roll it, the easier it becomes to roll out here. Alright, so this is pretty good. Almost done. Alright, so it's pretty thin. When I put my hand against it, I could see my fingers through it. Now what we want to do is take our knife and to cut an even rectangle. So you just take the edges off. Well, really like a perfect rectangle here. Okay. My mother reminded me before that I was preaching about good hand washing etiquette, but then apparently I touched the laptop and touched my face at some point, so we're going to avoid doing that. All right, so we got a perfect, somewhat perfect rectangle here, right, Hope?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it a third of the way here, right, Hope? And then we're going to fold it a third another way. And that's just going to make it easy to cut here. So you don't want to like press it down. Just sort of fold it a third and a third. And then we're just going to sort of cut right through. And the thickness really depends on the thickness that you want. So then what you got here is your pasta. So this is probably the most basic standard sort of pastas. Hope watch your head. You're right under Daddy's leg. I got some more dough for you to play with over here. What do you think? All right. So you see here. So this sort of unravels. And we got our okay, Hopi. All right. Do you want your dough? I'm going to give you some dough to play with. Here you go. Can you play with this dough and make it into shapes? All right. So here we go. Our first pasta. And just sort of continue to cut this through. All right. Isn't this easy? All right. Boom. See? Oh, look at our. This is the most basic of pastas that we'll be eating here. What we may want to do is just put a little bit of flour in there just so that the noodles don't stick together. Okay, noodle number one. Okay, next what we're going to do is going to do the farfalle here. We're going to do this two ways. We're going to do it without great grandma's cutter, which, you know, it'll be cool, it'll be fine. And then we'll get it real fancy. So for this, we're going to cut another chunk here. Put the rest back in the bag. Now usually when I make these pastas, I only make one kind of pasta at a time, but today I just wanted to show you guys how to make a few. So, but feel free to do your thing. Afterwards, I'm also going to post, probably not a big surprise, but if you go on YouTube and you look up hand-making pasta cutting, or just handmade pasta, there's so many videos.
Watch that series, look.
Oh, cool. Uh-oh. It comes out, but that's a meat thermometer. I don't know why you're playing with that. Don't you want to play with the pasta dough?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to roll this out. Every once in a while I flip it over. Kind of helps things flatten out. Now when it comes time to cook this pasta, because it's fresh, like the freshest of fresh, it's literally only going to cook for 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. So what you're going to do, I'm probably not going to do it on this stream here, is boil water with some salt in there. And at a rolling boil, you put this pasta in. Like I said, within 2 to 3 minutes, you'll see that pasta floats right to the top, which means that it's good to go. Alright, so I'm rolling this through. I'm starting to see the cutting board nice and thin. I'll just give it a few more here, just for old time's sake. Okay, farfalle. So this, we're just gonna cut off the edges. Oh, look who it is! Special guest. You can talk, there's audio. I think she smelled the wine.
Daddy, I don't want to see my mommy.
Okay. Alright, so for these we want to cut wide strips here. So I would probably say, what's that? About 1 inch. So we're going to do that in about thirds. So we have about, that one's a little more than 1 inch. That one's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, so then what we're going to do here is probably do maybe a little more than 1 inch. Maybe let's call it 1.25 inches. You can cut all 3 strips at the same time if you want to be extra about it. Okay. Alright. Alright, so then we end up having these little mini rectangles here. So this is, let's see, we want to make sure you're paying attention here, because this is where the magic happens. Okay, so what we're going to do is 3 pinches. So we're going to do from the middle, we're going to do a pinch on this side.
Look what I'm showing you.
We're going to do a pinch on this
Look,
side.
I'm showing you. Look.
Whoop, this is the big reveal. And then we're going to pinch those both together.
Pinch.
Pinch together!
Pinch together.
And you get a farfalle. Boom. So again, take one over here. We're going to pinch one side. We're going to pinch the other side. And then we're going to pinch those together. Boom. Alright, so this is where the extra magical great grandma ravioli cutter comes in handy here.
Grandma?
Yeah! So what you do is here, you just... Yeah, you can play with that up. Alright, we're going to just sort of cut the edges with the roller here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do pinch. Oh, pinch, pinch.
Oh, pinch.
And then you do the pinch. Little farfalle. Little bow. Doesn't it look like a little bow, Hope? Is that like mini boutique?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boom. Just do a couple more here so you get it. Pinch, pinch, and a pinch. It's that simple. Pinch, pinch, and a pinch. All right, cool. So we're gonna do the rest of those later. I'm gonna leave you to do the. Oh, hope you don't eat those yet. It's not cooked. You want the pasta? You gotta wait a little later, honey. Okay, Hope's getting hungry, so we're gonna sort of get this rolling here. All right. So the next kind we're gonna do is the orecchiette, which is Italian for I think little ear. We'll just go with that. Somebody wants to fact check me in the comments. Go for it. If you want to Google it, please go ahead. Okay, this one we're actually not gonna roll with the roller. We're just gonna roll this one by hand. And this one we're just making into a rope. So this one you start by making a rope. You want it to be pretty even. The length doesn't really matter for this, but we want to start pressing in the middle, and then I start moving my hands out to sort of stretch it as I press it, right? So again, probably about a medium amount of pressure. Start in the middle, and then you just sort of let your hands work out there. All right. You end up with a nice little rope here. All right, boom. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is cut these into little, I would say 1/2-inch pieces. Little jams. About that big, little guys.
I'll have a little one.
Okay. All right, so once we have a bunch of these, what we're going to do is just press it down with our thumb, and then with a little pulling motion, sort of stretch it out. And do that in both directions. And what that'll do is give you a little orecchiette here. All right, so you press it down, so it kind of forms into a little circle. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then you sort of press down pretty hard, and you roll it back, and that'll give you a nice little crevice for when you're making your sauce. Sauce will get all in there, all nice. What do you think, Hope? Do you want to help? Could you try it? I hope you're not eating that pasta down there. It's not cooked. Are you eating that pasta? All right, play with it up here, and Daddy will cook you some right after class. All right, so one more time, everybody. We got little nubs here. We're gonna push it down with our thumb, so it forms a little circle. And then from here, I'm gonna press down even farther and sort of roll it back with my thumb. And when you do that, it creates a nice little pocket in here. Orecchiette. All right. So last but not least, we're gonna do some trophy. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see, how are we gonna do these here? We're gonna do some mini trophies here. We're gonna take our rectangles from before. So basically, remember when I made those strips? You're gonna make those strips, and then what you're gonna do is sort of cut them with a little 1/4 inch, almost like little strips here, right? So we got 4 little strips. So now in between our hands, we're gonna sort of roll those together and make a shape like that, all right? Almost like a little string bean. And this is where it gets interesting. So we're gonna take our knife at a 45-degree angle here. We're gonna start at the end. And you may have to play around to see what sort of pressure to put. But what we're gonna do is sort of roll it back. Oops. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna sort of roll onto each other. So let me show you again. So we got our little strip here. Hopi, can we play over here with everyone? Somebody has a question for you. Okay, so we roll it into a little mini string bean here. We're going to take our knife, sort of 45-degree angle, kind of keep it flat, and pull it towards you. By doing that, you get this funky little shape here. One last time, we got a little strip. Make it into a string bean. Hopefully you like string beans, right? She said she likes string beans. Okay. I'm going to do the knife. We're going to pull it back. Alright, there you go. Alright, one last one for good measures. We're going to sort of roll it between our hands here. Yeah, boom. I mean, I think even keeping it like that would be kind of fun. And then we're going to pull that out. Pull that back. And we got some trophy here. All right, everybody. So that's all we got today. So now you know how to make 4 different types of pasta. We started with the tagliatelle, like our sort of spaghetti noodles. Then we went to the farfalle here, little bows. Got the fancy version with the ravioli cutters. We did the orecchiette here, the little ears, and then the trophy. I think, or trophy. Man, I really should have looked that up before the class. Unacceptable. But have fun cutting your pasta. Like I said, to cook it, super basic. Just get that water boiling, real hot. Make sure there's salt in there, and put this pasta in. It'll cook in 2 to 3 minutes. Once it starts floating the top, you'll be good to go. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit me up, text me, find me online. If you end up making some pasta, please send me some more pics. I'd love to see them. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the cooking show. Hope you want to say bye to everyone? Oh, okay. You say bye, everyone? Not having it right now.
I like those.
You like the pasta. Okay, say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay. See you soon, everybody.